Standing times, Bolden of UCLA with a collegiate record of 9.90. Kobe Miller ran that 9.98 yesterday in the semifinal heat when he was joined by Bernard Williams of Florida, who ran a 9.99. But clearly, it's Terrence Trammell who has a chance for history to win both the 110 hurdles and the 100. It's never happened before.
And Tim, he said on his own that he was sluggish in that 110-meter hurdle race. I don't think he expected to have to work so hard to win it. And in light of how Kobe Miller and Bernard Williams went yesterday, I think his work is really cut out for him.
And there is Kobe Miller, who had an outstanding semifinal yesterday, dropping under 10 seconds. You know, this guy is looking very, very good. He's rounding into shape and also hoping to get to those Olympic trials next month in Sacramento.
And right next to him, to his left, Bernard Williams, the junior from Florida, who was right on his heels in that semifinal yesterday, just 1/100th behind him at 9.99, a personal best by over 600ths of a second.
It was a startling performance. Let's go back now and show you that heat, that semifinal heat yesterday. Lanes 4 and lane 5, Williams and Miller in those lanes. They both get out to outstanding starts.
That's Miller in 4 and Williams in 5, and Kobe Miller gets out like a shot, and he leads the race an entire way, reversing the finish from the SEC.
Only 1/100th of a second separating those two, and we should mention that Trammell had it much easier in his semifinal heat. Lindell Frater of TCU, Sultan McCullough, along with Aaron Conride out of Cal Poly, Damon Carroll of Florida in lane 7, and Shane Crawford in lane 8, rounding out the lane assignments. Kobe Miller in lane 4. Remember, Auburn needs the points. Trammell right there with him, along with Bernard Williams. Miller, Williams, Miller. In lane 3, Bernard Williams of Florida, the national champion.
And Tim, it looked to me like Kobe Miller only showed up to run a 60-meter race today. Understand that these guys have run the 4x100, couple heats of the 100, and they still have the 200 left to run later in the afternoon. But Kobe Miller just didn't have it after 60 meters. Bernard Williams simply decelerated less than everybody else in the race. As you know, no one can accelerate past about 65 or 70 meters, and Bernard Williams was just able to hang on longer than everybody else. 10:03, an excellent final time.
Kobe Miller will wind up in second place, and that's very important from Auburn's standpoint in the team competition.
Kobe Miller in lane 4 in the blue of Auburn gets his customary good start, but already at about 30 meters, Bernard Williams is free of the field. It's as if he said, yesterday I did drop under 10 and got second, but I knew that I needed to wait for the big race. This is the one I wanted to win.
Terrence Trammell well back. As you see Miller, really, look at, he's doing the twist. His arms are going across his body. It's tough to go forward when you're going sideways. Bernard Williams, much better competition, much better race. Terrence Trammell just gave it up when he saw he couldn't win it.
Yeah, he wound up all the way down in 7th. Let's go down to Armin Katayan.
Bernard, as yesterday you and Kobe were playing a little games, today you certainly sent a message.
Oh yeah, not only to him, but to the rest of the field as well. Just wanted to get out, relax, and just take it on.
You came on strong the last 30 meters of the race.
Relaxation. That's all I can say.
Looking pretty relaxed, Tim.
Considering he's coming back for the 200 a bit later, he better take a deep breath or two, Armin, as we take a look at the official standings. Bernard Williams at 10:03. Not a bad time considering the thickness of the air, Dwight.
And Kobe Miller well back. Obviously, once he found that he couldn't win it, everybody gave up in the race. Williams to be so much the class of the field, surprising after yesterday's semi.
After the win for Bernard Williams, Florida now with 36 points has tied Stanford for second. On the outside looking in, one might think, where the national championship from a team standpoint is concerned, the collegiate leader is obviously Kobe Miller, and all eyes on him here.
Out in lane 6, which is the preferred lane in the 600 and the 200 because of how tight this track is on the inner lanes. Kobe Miller, who did not run the kind of 100 meters he wanted to earlier, and he will have a lot of competition here, Carol.
from Shawn Crawford, who set an American record indoors at the NCAA championships, and he is in a good position too. He's right between his two main rivals, with Bernard Williams on his outside.
In lane 8, that is the 100-meter champion Bernard Williams, the junior from Florida. And this all could serve as a spoiler for Kobe Miller's Auburn team, because this is their last gasp to score points in the team title.
Brandon Evans will be in lane 1. Ricardo Williams of TCU in lane 2. Jawan Hooker of Washington lane 3. LaShante Edwards of Akron lane 4. Darvis Patton of TCU in lane 5. 6, 7, and 8, the outside lanes, will keep a very watchful eye on Miller, Williams, and Crawford. Miller out to an outstanding start, but so too is Shawn Crawford in lane 7. It's Crawford in lane 7, and he's opening up his lead. Now Kobe Miller making a late push. Crawford and Miller. Crawford and Miller. Shawn Crawford.
I'll tell you, Kobe Miller was running that turn so hard, the centripetal force almost threw him on the infield. He had a lot of trouble getting around that turn, where Shawn Crawford did not have trouble getting around that turn. With the experience he has as American record holder indoors, he is quite used to tight turns, and running that 2-turn indoor competition really got him ready for this meet.
Well, the unofficial results have him with the best time in the year 2000 at 20.09.
Look at how close to the line Crawford is. He knows how to run this race. At this point, he's well out in front. Watch how, well, you can't see now, but Williams was way back. He came back from the dead to get third. Crawford leans out Kobe Miller by 0.03 of a second. They were fighting back and forth, but on the left of your screen, you can see it's Bernard Williams coming back into the race. He came back from about 7th. He comes back up to 3rd, and Shawn Crawford outleans Kobe. Kobe Miller will get 8 points for Auburn, but Shawn Crawford's the 200-meter champion.
And that will not be enough for Auburn. In fact, Stanford already in great shape by virtue of what happened in the 1500. So Auburn will not be able to overtake them, with Miller finishing 2nd. Crawford, your winner, and Bernard Williams, the winner of the 100 meters, winds up 3rd in the 200. There you see the men's standings, and Auburn will not be able to overtake Stanford. They are your leader for now. Florida makes a move by virtue of the work of Bernard Williams in both the 100 and the 200 meters. But that man right there is the man of the moment. He ran a personal best of 20.29 on this very track at the ACC Championships. He improved on that by a bundle today in claiming the NCAA